What's happening with it? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, what's happening with it? When you come in the building, smash on the like button, and then jump in the comment section. Let me know y'all in the building. Okay. I don't know what happened. My computer froze up on me. But we back. And like I said, we gonna have a great show. Hey, Kwame, I got something you gonna like today. Oh yeah. I got something you gonna like. I'm gonna show y'all how delusional these Bud Crawford fanatics be. I'm gonna show y'all. I got something y'all gonna like today. Y'all gonna trip out when y'all hear this shit. I promise you. Jewels of Life in the building. What's happening with it? Salute. What's good with it? And yeah, y'all smash the like button as y'all come in the building. Dwayne Freeman, what's happening with it? What's good with it? Mike One, what's happening with it? Salute. John Kramer, Daryl Deloach, Devin Blocker, Edgar Robles, what's happening? Sheena, the queen, Sheena in the building. What's going on, Sheena? My brother, Batman, what's happening with it? Stan Swoosh in the building. What's happening with it? I got something for y'all. Like, y'all gonna like this one. Y'all gonna like this one. I'm gonna show y'all how delusional these Terrence Crawford fans be. Like, this shit is just ridiculous. Y'all got to see this. I got something. I got something for y'all. All I could do is laugh and shake my head when I heard this shit. Crazy. It's crazy. And like I said, we're gonna have another great show today. Another great show. Hit the like button, comment, and we got a great weekend of boxing. You know what I'm saying? We got a great weekend of boxing that's finna go down this weekend. And let me pull up the boxing schedule. For both. Let me see what the undercard is looking like. What's the undercards looking like? Because I know we got a hell of an undercard. And telling y'all, when y'all hear this, like for real, when y'all hear this shit, this shit was funny. These Bud Crawford fans is out of control. These dudes is out of control, man. Juan Ramos, what's happening with it? Dream Chaser, what's good? I can't find where they got a breakdown of all the fights that's happening this weekend. I know Anthony Yard, he's fighting. I think he's fighting in the rematch against the fighter that beat him. Let me see. I know Anthony Yard got beat a couple times, but this fighter that beat him last. Let me pull him up. Lions in the camp. I like Anthony Yard. He just didn't. He ain't turn out to what I thought he was gonna be. But I still rock with Anthony Yard. And y'all smash the like button as you come in the building. You know what I'm saying? Before we get this thing started up. So we got Anthony Yard this weekend versus Lyndon Arthur. That's a fight that a lot of people didn't know was taking place. Lyndon Arthur is the cat that beat Anthony Yard. UK cat, he 19-0 with 13 KOs. That's going to be a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a hell of a fight this weekend. I also know that we got Ammo Williams fighting this weekend. That's another a great fighter, right? He coming back. He making his comeback. So it's a lot of fights this weekend that's going on. I couldn't find the undercards of both events, but I know it's a lot of good fights coming on this weekend. Big Drew Titan in the building. What's happening with it, Drew? John Kramer in the building. DP Rocker. D Walker, what's happening with it? But yeah, I'm gonna play something for y'all, like I said, very shortly. And it's just gonna show y'all how delusional these Terrence Crawford fanatics are. You know what I'm saying? Like they just delusional. Like this shit is just crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to play this for y'all. And then we gonna, what I'm saying? But I'm gonna wait for, a few more people to get in the building because they don't want to miss this. Yeah, a lot going on this weekend. A lot been going on. Y'all know Adrian Bronner's back in the hospital. Adrian Bronner's been back in the hospital. And don't quote me, but I think it's something to do with, drinking. I think it's something to do with drinking because he was like posting cryptic things. And I don't know what he in the hospital for again, but I think it's something due to drinking. Like I said, I think. Dripping sauce, what's happening with it? So AB, it's just I don't know. We was talking about this the other day. I don't know I don't know if it's, you know what I'm saying, if it's a solution for AB. I really don't. Back in the hospital, so you know, I wish him the best. I hope he, you know, come out healthy again. But he needs to get his shit straight. Real talk. AB needs to get his shit straight. Also, if y'all didn't know, Triple G versus Murata, they got to postpone that fight due to travel restrictions. So Triple G versus Murata, that fight is postponed due to travel restrictions. So with that being said, they was already, you know what I'm saying, Triple G already haven't been in the ring in over a year. And he wasn't fighting until like later at the end of this month, right? So now it's being postponed. Once you take your scary ass and stop ducking these other fighters, and once you fight Jamal Charlo. And Jamal Charlo, you know what I'm saying, he got his own issues, but you know what I'm saying, like Triple G, you basically ain't got no fight now. You know what I'm saying? They postponed the fight. You basically don't have a fight now. So once you stop being scary and fight Jamal Charlo. But see, this is the thing with Triple G. Triple G has some type of deep fascination. Young Murder Cut Man, salute. Macadosis, Mac of the South. What's happening with it? Salute. Triple G has some type of deep fascination with Canelo Alvarez. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, what his fascination with Canelo Alvarez is, but Triple G, ever since the first Canelo Alvarez fight, he's based his whole career around getting the fight with Canelo Alvarez. If y'all notice, he won't get in the ring with anybody that has a possible chance of beating him. So what he does is he's just taking fights. You know what I'm saying? He's ducking opponents and taking fights and fighting fighters that he know that can beat, that he know he can beat, right? So he don't want to get in there and fight you know, a fighter like Jamal Charlo that could possibly beat him, because then he don't have a Canelo fight if he loses. That's how he's looking at these things. And he's based his whole career around Canelo Alvarez. The only fighter that we've seen him fight that's worth even talking about is Sergey Derevyanchenko. And he was pretty much forced into that Sergey Derevyanchenko fight because I believe Derevyanchenko was his mandatory. So it was kind of like, okay, drop the belt or fight Derevyanchenko. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This guy don't want to fight nobody. So now that Murata fight is really postponed, it's not on the table right now. Go ahead and fight Charlo. But we know he ain't gonna do that. We know he don't move like that. KG, what's happening with it? Salute. Who are you talking to, Juan? I'm talking about Triple G need to fight Charlo. I'm not talking about what Charlo needs. I said Triple G needs to go and fight Charlo. But we know that Triple G won't do that because he's basing his whole career around what Canelo Alvarez is doing. He don't want to fight nobody but Canelo Alvarez or a bomb that he know that can't beat him. And it's just ridiculous. Or a low class fighter that he know that can't beat him. A low, you know, somebody that's not on his level. But you know, they like to throw Triple G up in your face as the greatest middleweight of all time and all of this bullshit, you know, which is just pure bullshit. But you know. And y'all smash the like button as you come in the building. Smash the like button. Like I said, make sure, you know, so they can make sure to get my notifications out at least, or, you know, try to help them. Smash the like button. And so yeah, so Triple G versus Murata, that fight is postponed once again, you know, due to travel restrictions. Also, like I said, you got this weekend, you got a lot of fights going on. We got Anthony Yarde versus what's the dude is versus Lyndon Arthur. You got and that's gonna be a hell of a fight that nobody's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Yarde, he gonna try to get his lick back. He coming to get his lick back. You know what I'm saying? Lyndon Arthur beat him by split decision last year, and he want to come get his lick back. So that's another fight that I'm looking forward to seeing this weekend. That's over in the UK. So that fight gonna happen early in the day. You see what I'm saying? That fight gonna happen early in the day. Daryl DeLoach say AB can't catch a break. It ain't really, you know what I'm saying? He putting it on himself. You know what I'm saying? That's all at the hands of himself. So what can you say? You know? McAdoo say GGG and Charlo rank number 1 and 2 in the ring rankings. So they need to fight and unify, but GGG say so. He said GGG so said he'll fight. He said GGG say he'll fight Charlo if he can't get the Canelo fight. I don't believe it till I see it. That's crazy. I've never heard him say anything about him fighting Charlo. Real talk, I never heard that. And I'm not saying he ain't said. I never heard it. Only thing I heard him say consistently is that he'll never fight Jamal Charlo. Consistently, I heard him say that he'll never fight Jamal Charlo. I've never heard him say that he would, but let's see if he sticks to that word. I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if he sticks to that. We can see that man don't want to fight nobody. He don't want no smoke with nobody. Seattle Boxer say what happened to AB? He's in the hospital again. For why, I don't know, but a cryptic message that he wrote saying like that it was due to alcohol drinking again like he had been before, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he's in there this time again, but so I really don't want to speculate, but so yeah, I'm looking forward to Ammo Williams fighting this weekend also. A lot been going on. A lot been going on in boxing. And like I said, it's going to be a great show today because I got a lot to cook on. And I'm going to start right here, right? I'm going to start right here because I want to show y'all how delusional these Bud Terrence Crawford fanatics are. Y'all got to listen to this shit, right? Listen to this shit right here. I'm going to hold on. Hold on, I'm pulling it up for y'all. Y'all gotta hear this shit. Hold on. Check this out, right? So, right here, this is on my man Scotty's panel today. I'm in there listening. I don't know who these guys are that he got on the panel. And really, I really don't, you know what I'm saying? Really don't care. But my point is to show y'all how delusional Terrence Crawford fans are. Like, I mean, his fanatics. I'm going to say his fanatics, right? Y'all got to listen to this. When I play this, listen to this closely. Now, hold on. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it on my loudspeaker. I'm going to put it on the loudspeaker so we can really hear it. Listen to this, y'all.
I mean, and if you're going to act like that don't mean nothing.
Here we go.
I mean, and if you're going to act like that don't mean nothing, then at least be a man and just say you're a hater. Fuck it. Fuck it. You hating. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. It's 2021. Niggas can hate, I guess. Everybody else is doing everything. Why not let haters out there, tell their truth? But if you're going to be a hater, just say you're a hater. Because the people who fought both of them, down to the people who sparred both of them, all say the same damn thing. Spence is great, but Bud's at a different level.
That's hard to swallow, bro. And Mayweather even said it.
Now check this out, though, right? That's one lie, right? That's one lie, right? Because I love doing this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? When I'm listening, I just hear people just spilling out lie after lie. That's one lie right there. He says everybody that's fought both Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence and sparred both of them, right, say that Terrence Crawford is on another level. That is a complete lie. Straight up and down lie. Now, Kell Brook fought both of them, right? And they tried to coerce Kell Brook to say that Terrence Crawford was better. Well, Kell Brook was like, I can't really tell you that. They both good. You know what I'm saying? Like, they both good. Like, and then Kell Brook comes out this week and says, well, you know, what I can tell you is that Errol Spence hits harder. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence was more difficult. So that's one lie right there. That's one lie. Now, name me one person that sparred Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford that came back and said that Terrence Crawford was on a different level. Name me one person that sparred both of them that said that Terrence Crawford is on a different level. Because you have not heard one person that said that they sparred Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence and came out and said, oh, but Terrence Crawford's on a different level. That's another lie. That is a lie. Right? One lie. That's one lie they over there talking about. Let me play the rest of the video for y'all. Let me play the rest of the footage, right?
Been saying that for years.
Yeah, I was about to say, Mayweather been saying
that
that.
for years.
It's at a different level.
That's hard to swallow, bro. And Mayweather even said it. Been saying that for years.
Yeah, I was about to say, Mayweather been saying
that for years. You know who else said it? Bud is better. And they talk about, oh, well, EJ touched up Mayweather. Well, if he touched up Mayweather and Mayweather still say Bud better, what does that tell you?
Mm-hmm. Errol Spence makes excuses of why he won't fight Bud. Errol Spence ain't never came out of his mouth saying, I'll wash Bud. Bud ain't
never said he's pound for pound over Bud either.
Never once. He never once fixed his lips.
I'm the big fish, I'm the money man. That's all he said. He never said I'm the better fighter. He said, I think I could beat him. That's what he said. I think I can beat him.
Thank you. He said, I think, maybe, might, kind of, should have.
Okay. So check this out. This is what we're going to do, right? So he says that Errol Spence has never even fixed his lips to say that he could beat Bud. He says, well, I maybe might. This is what they're saying. Okay, well, let me play something for you real quick. Let me play something for y'all real quick. Because he says that Errol Spence has never fixed his lips to say nothing like that about Bud himself. Y'all listen to this. Hold on.
You don't want to see me fight Terrence Crawford. I'll beat that boy ass. Yeah. Tell Bob how
Wait, let's see what he said. This is Errol Spence talking now. With these men to get on the panel and tell a whole bunch of lies and say that Errol Spence has never said that he'll whoop Bud or not. Oh, well, I think I made. This is what they said. Now, this is Errol Spence out of his own mouth.
You don't want to see me fight Terrence Crawford. I'll beat that boy ass. Yeah. Tell Bob how I am. Tell Bob how I am. Boy, the hoe, Crawford the hoe. This nigga scary, man. Man, that's like how I am. Anybody can get it. Don't wait there.
I'll beat that boy ass. He said, Porter a hoe, Crawford a hoe. He said, tell him to call Al. He said, anybody could get it. But if you listen to them, Errol Spence has never said nothing about Terrence Crawford. He ain't never even fixed his mouth to say, he's saying, oh, well, I think maybe I can beat him. See, you see the lies? You see the lies? Let's continue to go. Hold on. These dudes is, I'm telling you.
And if you're going to act like that, don't mean.
Hold on, let's fast. Let me go. Let me go back to where we left off at.
Said, I think, maybe, might, kind of, should have.
Yo, that's facts right there.
I'm just saying, like,
and they backing each other up, talking about, yeah, that's facts. Knowing they lying, but they on there backing each other up, talking about, yo, that's facts right there. Hold on.
I mean, I've been going back and forth with these fucking guppies for over a year now. And I'm not mad at y'all. But even your boy hasn't fixed his face to say the bullshit you saying. What does that tell you?
But he was like, oh, I bet I hurt you. That's what he said to Bud. Bud said, I bet I'll make you do the stanky leg.
Uh-huh.
He said, bet $1 million. He said, you getting money, right? Bet $1 million. He said, bet $1 million. He said, you getting money, right? Bet $1 million.
Bet $1 million, goddammit.
You know.
Well, we could bet 100,000. Bet $1 million.
Yeah, man, Spence don't want to dip into his drinking fund. You know, them bottles ain't free.
No. You don't want that dude out there selling horse meat so he can goddamn supply his habit.
Uh-huh. You know how that is. But I don't know. I mean, that's just real.
And see, this the type of shit that go on when you listen to Bud Crawford fanatics. No, but we ain't done yet. We got more. But wait, we got more. Hold on.
I don't know. That's just a big sticking point for me in the whole Spence Crawford debate. Spence ain't even saying that shit.
But all the break, and now I'm very big on researching. I'm trying to find the breakdowns of Errol Spence's amazing skills that shows how he can beat Crawford. I saw the breakdowns of both of their fights versus Porter. You see that Bud, even when he's just in there back and forth with Porter, his foot placement, his head movement is all above Porter's ability that he's giving him at the time.
Listen to this shit.
Even when he's getting hit, his reaction to him getting hit is the same as if I hit him. So he's like, this ain't phasing me. It's not phasing me. It's no phasing me. Yeah. He's smiling at him, sticking his tongue out, but he doesn't back up any inch. EJ is backed up. He moved when Porter was hitting him. Bud didn't do none of that. Bud went to the point where he was just literally pushing him back towards the ropes. He's Porter out there just swinging, bop, 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 swing, bop, 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 and getting pushed back like he a little kid and pushed him back up. He moved when Porter was hitting him. Bud didn't do none of that. Bud went to the point where he was just literally pushing him back towards the ropes. He's Porter out there just swinging, bop, 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 swing, bop, 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 and getting pushed back like he a little kid and pushed him back into the corner. Where EJ do that at? Who did EJ ever do that to? But then the excuse is going to be, oh, well, you know, the accident took a lot out of him. The eye injury took a lot out of him. You know, you don't heal from an eye injury that well. Blah, 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 BS. Well, if you're not healed from an eye injury and the accident took so much out of you, then why are you saying that you're going to beat Crawford? Because you know you're not. That's why you don't. I don't want to. I told.
Hold on. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna stop right there for a minute, right? So he says that Bud Crawford was never pushed back during by Sean Porter during the whole fight. He said Bud was just sitting there laughing at everything that Sean Porter was doing. That's what he said. He said, but EJ ain't pushed nobody back. And he said, well, let's run it back. Let's hear what this motherfucker said again. Hold on.
Bud went to the point where Bud didn't do none of that.
Hold on.
So
let's listen to this shit.
He's like, this ain't phasing me. It's not phasing me. It's no phasing me.
Hold on.
He's smiling at his foot placement back and forth with Porter. His Crawford. I'm trying to find the breakdowns of Errol Spence's
listen to this shit
skills that shows how he can beat Crawford. I saw the breakdowns of both of their fights versus Porter. You see that Bud, even when he's just in there back and forth with Porter, his foot placement, his head movement is all above Porter's ability that he's giving him at the time. Even when he's getting hit, his reaction to him getting hit is the same as if I hit him. So he's like, this ain't facing me. It's not facing me. It's not facing me. Yeah. He's smiling at him, sticking his tongue out. But he doesn't back up any inch. EJ has backed up. He moved when Porter was hitting him. Bud didn't do none of that. Bud went to the point where he was just literally pushing him back towards the ropes. He's Porter out there.
He said Bud didn't back up and he didn't move an inch the whole fight. You listen to this shit. He said Bud didn't back up and didn't move an inch the whole fight. Listen to this shit.
Swinging, bop, 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 swing, bop, 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 and getting pushed back like he a little kid and pushing back up. He moved when Porter was hitting him. Bud didn't do none of that. Bud went to the point where he was just literally pushing him back towards the ropes. He's Porter out there just swinging, bop, 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 swing, bop, 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 and getting pushed back like he a little kid and pushing back into the corner. Where EJ do that at? Who did EJ ever do that to? But then the excuse is going to be.
He said, "Who has EJ ever pushed back in the corner?" You hear? Do y'all hear this shit? This is what I don't know who this is. I was just on World Combat Sports and he had, his people on the panel. He had some of his people on the panel and they was going back and forth doing they dialogue, right? So I don't know. So y'all keep asking me who this is. I don't have no idea who these dudes is and really don't care. But my example is I'm not even doing this to call them out because I don't know who they are, right? And that's not what I'm doing this to show y'all how delusional these Terrence Crawford fanatics are. The type of shit that they talk about and say. Hold on, we got more.
Bud didn't do none of that. Bud went to the point where he was just literally pushing him back towards the ropes. He's Porter out there just swinging, bop, 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 swing, bop, 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 and getting pushed back like he a little kid and pushing back into the corner. Where EJ do that at? Who did EJ ever do that to? But then the excuse is going to be, the accident took a lot out of him. The eye injury took a lot out of him. You don't heal from an eye injury that well. Blah, 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 BS. Well, if you're not healed from an eye injury and the accident took so much out of you, then why are you saying that you're going to beat Crawford? Because you're not. That's why I don't want to. I told Scott this, what was it, yesterday or the day before? I think it was maybe the day before or something like that. I was like, I really don't want to see the EJ and Bud fight because I know what Bud's going to do to him, and I like EJ too much for that. I don't want to see him getting laid out like that. Bud is going to.
It has to happen, son. It has to happen.
He's going to put an exclamation point on EJ.
Now, if you want to hear some goofy, delusional, and a whole bunch of lies all in one, all you got to do is go to a Bud fanatic and listen to them talk. Did y'all just hear that shit? You know what I'm saying? This show ain't even about Crawford and Spence, but I had to let y'all hear what I heard earlier. Now, yeah, I just played it for y'all. Did y'all hear that shit? So whoever want me to send this to them, right? Just so, you know what I'm saying? Like, just so y'all can get a laugh, I'll send it. But this shit is funny right here. Like, it gets, like, I mean, how ridiculous can you get? And then he tops it off by saying, I don't even want to see Bud Crawford fight EJ because what he's going to do to Errol Spence, and I like Errol Spence too much to see that happen to him. I mean, these dudes is just like the goofiest shit I've ever heard. But you hear it all the time if you really listen to Bud fanatics. They went from clowning on him, bringing up drunk, calling him a drunk, and they went from the shit that you heard, I had to record it. I had to record it and play it. What y'all think about that? So everybody that's in the building, first of all, smash the like button. What's happening with it? The Jab Jamboree, my brother Ack in the building. Shady Girl 85, salute. What y'all think about that? You know what I'm saying? DP Rocket said, I heard enough. These dudes is whack. It's just the delusion and the lies. And it's crazy how a grown-ass man can sit up there and just tell blatant lies. Bud was just pushing him back to the ropes. When have you ever seen EJ do that? Errol Spence's that's all you see Errol Spence doing. What you mean? When have you ever seen Errol Spence do that? Oh, the whole fight, Terrence Crawford, he didn't move the whole time. Sean Porter couldn't even move him back. What are you talking about? Shady Girl say they sound goofy. Robert Magnum say them boys are pitiful. DP Rocket says they always get personal. I saw the live of BFTB. Bud's nephew just is whack. Yeah, dude, they just delusional. Pabs King of Swing says, ETB, you gonna cook on Floyd talking smack about Canelo? Yeah, I'm gonna cook on what Floyd had to say. I'm gonna cook on everything. Hey, Knockout, you came in too late, Knockout. Knockout. I just put down, I just played some shit that you gonna want to hear, Knockout. I just played some shit you gonna want to hear, Knockout. But you came in too late. But Cheese All Fitness says, wow. Yeah, that's like really all you can say to that shit is wow. It doesn't get more ridiculous than that, what I just played for y'all. It don't get no more ridiculous than that. Shit crazy. And they, you know what I'm saying? They on the panel listening to that bullshit talking about facts. What? And like I said, my thing is I'm not doing this to talk about nobody in particular, call anybody out or none of that. That's why, like I'm telling y'all, I don't even know their names, but it don't even really have nothing to me. It don't have nothing to do with them. It's how to show y'all once again how Bud Crawford fans, the fanatics, not the fans, because you got Bud Crawford fans, they speak and they not delusional. They just tell how it is, what their opinion is, and right. But when you hear shit like that, those are fanatics. Like one of them had Terrence Crawford's picture on his, on his profile thing. So it was a fanatic. They fanatics. It's just showing you how the BPC, Bud Protection Committee, the type of shit that they get with each other and how they talk. Knockout said, I was listening the whole time. That dude was tripping with his analyst of the Porter Spence fight. Yeah, he was tripping with everything he said. Dude had a nerve enough to say, when have you ever seen Errol Spence push anybody back to the ropes? Miami Kid Jay says, sometimes your liking for a fighter clouds your objectivity. Yeah, but I mean, that shit is just ridiculous right there. You know what I'm saying? And it's stuff you have to just laugh at, You just gotta just laugh at some of that shit. And then, think about this when you are debating and arguing a member of the BPC, the Bud Protection Committee, because it's like trying to talk to a wall and then you punching the wall because you mad that it's not talking back. That's basically what that is. To say some of the shit that I played for y'all that they were saying, it's just like, really, I'm lost for words. And when like I love doing shit like that because you could hear just like the blatant lies. Like the blatant lies. Errol Spence, he ain't never fixed his mouth to say he'll whoop Bud. He say, well, I think I might can beat him. Maybe I can beat him. I possibly can. You ain't never heard that man say shit like that. Every time he talk about Bud, I'll watch that boy. He too light in the ass. I'm stopping him. Come on. Cut the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. D-Man Jr. I don't know what you talking about, but nobody said nothing about what Bud said. So you came in late, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Okay. He said he meant EJ. Yeah, you're right. I was about to say, bro. You see, yeah, like I mean, these dudes is salute to D-Man Jr. These dudes, I mean, knockout, you ain't even got to worry about him. I already blocked him. You know what I'm saying? If that was his response after hearing what I just played, he don't even need to be in here. I'm not wasting my time on these clown ass dudes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wasting my time on these clown ass dudes. But I just want to play that to bring the light. So Knockout or anybody else that got a channel, if you get in a debate, my man Kwame East, my bad, Kwame, I seen you in the building. Loyal to the game, boxing talk, my man Kwame. Anybody like Kwame, if anybody else ever get in a debate or argument with one of the Bud Protection Committee members, that's the type of shit that you're going to have to deal with. And like I said, we're not talking about Terrence Crawford fan. There's a difference between a fan and a BPC member, a fanatic. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, Scotty, you use hey man, I don't know who you had on the panel today, but like I said, y'all was over there, man. Whoever them dudes was on the panel, man, it was a whole bunch of lies being flown around. Come on, man. Hey, come on, man. Scotty, you know better than that, man. You know a lot of, man, come on. When have you ever seen EJ push anybody back to the ropes? Everybody that sparred Floyd Mayweather and everybody that sparred Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence all say that Terrence Crawford is on another level. Everybody that's been on the panel, everybody that's been in the ring and fought Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, they say that Terrence Crawford is on another level. Come on now. All of them lies. All of that, come on now. And salute to my man, World Combat Sports. Salute to Scotty. But come on now. We got to stop with this. We got to stop with these lies and stuff. We got to stop with these lies. I still wait for somebody, right? Because let me see who they both been in the ring with, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Right? You got Sean Porter and you got Kell Brook. Kell Brook said, when he was asked who was better, he was like, I don't know. He was like, they both great fighters. But then he came back and he said Errol Spence hits harder. Said, well, I can tell you, EJ was rougher, EJ was tougher, and he hits harder. Sean Porter, he said that he was hurt worse by Errol Spence. But when he talked about Terrence Crawford, he was like, yeah, he was like, when I was in the ring with Bud, it was another level. He was like, it was another level when I was in the ring with Bud. But then he backtracked and said, I wonder what it would have been like if I had trained the way that I trained for the Errol Spence fight. He said, I wonder, you know what I'm saying, what it would have been like if I had just listened and trained the way that I trained for the Errol Spence fight, right? Now, I've never heard nobody say that I sparred Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford and Terrence Crawford was on another level. That was a flat out lie. When the dude was on there talking about, oh, we ain't never heard Errol Spence fix his mouth to say, you know what I'm saying, anything like that he'll whoop Crawford. You know what I'm saying, that he better than Crawford, he'll whoop him. Then I just played y'all a video of Errol Spence saying that. He'll watch Terrence Crawford. He'll run through him. He'll stop him. All of that. Oh, every time Errol Spence talks about Crawford, he say, oh, I think I might can beat him. Maybe, possibly I can beat him. All of them lies. All of them lies. And Scotty, you was on the panel talking about facts. Come on, Scotty. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Scotty. Wasn't nothing a fact about nothing they were saying. Those were all lies. Blatant, flat out lies. And like I said, I'm talking about it just to bring it to light. This is the type of things you hear from Bud Crawford fanatics. When it's a Bud Crawford, and then he gonna try to say, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, the niggas is just hating if they don't want to admit this stuff. What? So you didn't say that. So you didn't say facts. So if I play this video, if I play this clip back, Scotty, you gonna tell me that wasn't you on there saying facts? Come on, Scotty, don't make me do that, because you my dude. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even, and I cut what you were saying out of the clip because you my dude. But come on, Scotty, because I'll play it back. But anyway, like I said, y'all got to start, you know what I'm saying, when y'all talk about this stuff, y'all got to start, you know what I'm saying, keeping it real. Y'all got to start keeping it real. Because it, you know what I'm saying, it don't make no sense for grown men to be sitting up there lying like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the guys that you had on the panel. They were sitting up there telling lies. No, it was you. It was. I'm not telling you. It sounds like you. It was you. But like I said, I cut it right after you said facts. I cut it because I didn't play none of what you said. Right? I didn't record none of what you said. But it was you, Scotty. I was watching the show today. I watched your whole show today. I even commented in the chat. Knockout Boxer says, I just wish we could all deal with the facts and speak about the real world. If you find yourself making non-existent scenarios to prove your point, it just shows you losing. That's all I'm saying, bro. I never come up here if I talk about Terrence Crawford and just say just blatant shit like that. Oh, we ain't never seen Terrence Crawford, step around somebody and counter him. Terrence Crawford weak. When have you ever seen Terrence Crawford push anybody back to the ropes? We ain't never seen Terrence Crawford push anybody back to the ropes. He's weak. He always get bullied. If I come on here and just say just outrageous shit like that, what am I going to sound like? A pure clown. Because it's easy for you to pull that footage up and to prove me wrong. Just like I did with Errol Spence right now with the lies that was being told on him. Come on. Hey, get Lyndon Brown up out of here. Sheena, scroll up to Lyndon Brown and get him up out of here. But yeah. So anyway, we're gonna move on. We gonna move on. Cause see, usually I would drop a link and I would, you know what I'm saying, make these dudes hold on to that shit that they typing, right? But today I don't really got time for that because this ain't what the show really about. We got a lot more to cook on. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring that to the light. We got a lot more to cook on. Oh, snap. Hold on, y'all. Let me go grab my phone charger. Hold on, y'all. All right, we back on it. So, you know, I mean, that shit was just delusional. Real talk. And the dude had a nerve enough to say that Sean Porter couldn't push Terrence Crawford back during the whole fight. Terrence Crawford was just laughing at him, watching him punch. Really? That's crazy because I seen Sean Porter pushing Terrence Crawford back. You know what I'm saying? At certain points throughout the whole fight lead, you know, probably from the 1st to the 8th round. He had Terrence Crawford fighting on his back foot plenty of times. Yeah, I'm watching it too. I got it on right here on my phone. That's why I had to go get the charger. You know what I'm saying? To charge my phone. The AJDLJ says Errol Spence will beat Bud Crawford when and if they fight. He says, mark my words. And see, I ain't even really tripping on all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't care if somebody come in here and say, you know, hey, Bud Crawford is going to beat Errol Spence. Or Errol Spence going to beat Bud Crawford, because that's an opinion. You know what I'm saying? But when you just tell flat out lies and make up shit and you know all that shit is just like you doing too much, doing way too much. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like Knockout said, Terrence Crawford spent 80 to 90% of the fight on the back foot. But you just heard on what I played say that he didn't push Terrence Crawford back the whole fight. He couldn't do nothing with Terrence Crawford. He couldn't move Terrence Crawford. Come on, man. Like, what? It's just blatant lies. Crazy. But anyway, let's move along. Let's move on. You know what I'm saying? Enough of that. I just wanted to show y'all the type of things that, that, and like I said, Scotty, I had said it before. I said this has nothing to do with nobody that was on the panel in particular. My whole life is just to show people the type of shit that Bud Crawford fanatics be saying on an overall basis. That was my whole thing. And it's just crazy. It's crazy to me. But now let me see. Hold on. Now let's get to the main things I want to cook on. So the first thing I want to cook on, right? McCaskill, she looking in shape. So the main thing I want to cook on, right, is how Gervonta Tank Davis, right? I want to cook on how Gervonta Tank Davis, he's wearing Canelo Alvarez's logo, apparel, his logo on his gloves, right? Gervonta and Floyd Mayweather, he was like, I had to tell him something about that shit. I had to tell him, like, you know what I'm saying? Why are you wearing Canelo Alvarez's, brand on your gloves? Canelo Alvarez's logo and brand on your gloves, when first of all, you have your own brand, right? You have your own brand, your own apparel, right? Second of all, Canelo Alvarez don't even support you, right? He don't even support you. When that man was asked about the fight, he told everybody that he supported Isaac Cruz. He told everybody that he supported Isaac Cruz. You see what I'm saying? Now, you have never heard Canelo Alvarez come out and support no black fighter ever. Ever. He supports his people. And that's fine. I don't have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's supposed to be doing. He supports his people. His people is what he supports. When he was asked about Isaac Cruz, get Zagreb's official, get him up out of here. Get him out of here. When he was asked about Isaac Cruz, he said, yeah, I'm supporting Isaac Cruz. I hope he wins. So he hopes Isaac Cruz beats you, but you wearing, right? You're wearing his logo on your gloves. You're wearing his apparel. Then you're going around talking about, Canelo Alvarez is the bigger. I'm the smaller version of Canelo Alvarez. Bro, what's wrong with these dudes? I don't understand this. Like, I can understand it if you supporting another fighter that supports you. You ain't never heard Canelo Alvarez mention your name. Like I said, Canelo Alvarez only talks about his people from his country. He only supports his people from his country. So why are you walking around wearing his apparel when you have your own Tank Davis? You have your own gorilla apparel. Ape. I think it's an ape. He got his own apparel. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna show y'all. He has his own apparel, but you walking around with Canelo Alvarez and shit. Hold on. I'm saying these dudes act like These dudes, like he's in the same profession as you. Why are you acting like it? And Canelo and Tank, they not far apart in age. Canelo probably might be like 3 years older than Tank or 4 years older. Why are you walking around like you a starstruck fan? Let me see. Hold on. Say Gervonta. So Tank Davis has his own apparel. You see, that's his own apparel. So why are you wearing Canelo out? And then, you know, people have a problem with Floyd Mayweather saying what he said. He brought that to the light. And I don't never agree with Floyd, but I agree with what he's saying there. He said, I had to tell Tank, this guy don't even support you. When they put a mic in front of this man's face, he said straight up, I'm supporting my countryman, Isaac Cruz. I'm backing him 100%. He ain't say nothing about no Gervonta Tank Davis. When he was asked about Leo Santa Cruz, he said, I'm supporting Leo Santa Cruz. He said nothing about Tank Davis. This man ain't never supported you, but you running around like a starstruck child and shit. Shit crazy, man. You can think what you want to think. I don't care about, I didn't say nothing about, oh, Canelo don't like Tank. Did anybody hear me say that? It's not about that. I'm saying that he don't support him. Canelo don't support Tank Davis when he going up against another Mexican fighter, and he tells you that. So why are you running around with his apparel and his logo on your gloves and shit? Wearing his shit. For what? You know what I'm saying? For what? This shit crazy. I mean, it just makes no sense. Into Life says marketing, think bigger, bro. No, you sound ignorant. What do you mean marketing, think bigger? So you marketing Canelo Alvarez? That's so you're doing a service for yourself because you marketing Canelo Alvarez's brand. When you have your own brand that you can have on your gloves, marketing your own brand. You can have GTD on there with the ape. But what are you talking about? Like, what is you like? These dudes is clown. And then another thing I want to talk about that I've been want to talk about for a while is you see these black fighters, they want to come to the ring, right? And they want to wear sombreros and you know what I'm saying, Mexican gear to the ring and shit, right? First of all, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit because when they fight a Mexican fighter, they want to come to the ring wearing a sombrero in Mexican gear and shit. For what? First of all, I mean, like, to me, I look at that as marking them. Like, yeah, I'm gonna wear their gear to the ring, then I'm gonna beat their ass. And let's keep it real. What if one of the Mexican fighters went, you know what I'm saying, came out wearing a dashiki and shit? I'm not feeling that. Like, straight up. What if Isaac Cruz come out wearing a dashiki? Or you know what I'm saying, or African tribal gear. Like, that shit, that type of shit ain't funny to me. Come out wearing your own shit, your own people's stuff. You know what I'm saying? Come out wearing your own shit and your own people's stuff. Like Gary Russell, how he came out and he represented for his people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't come out mocking other people's what they wear. I'm not feeling that neither. Because like I said, everybody will have a problem if one of the Mexican fighters coming out wearing, you know what I'm saying, Shaka Zulu, you know what I'm saying, African tribal gear when they fighting a black fighter. But they don't want to come out wearing, you know what I'm saying, they own people's stuff. Anthony Johnson, right. He said they should wear red, black, and green like the old medallions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Come out representing like Wilder and Gary Russell, but they want to represent somebody else's culture or either, you know what I'm saying, mock it. For what? Don't do that. I don't be feeling that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like when Floyd first did it, it was funny, but now that shit's played out. You know what I'm saying? That shit is played out now. Hold on, let me see. And y'all smash the like button. Damn, Devin Haney weighed in right at 135. Let me see what Joseph Diaz look like. I miss JoJo weigh in. Champion of the world, Devin, the Dream Haney. Oscar Flores. That's cool if Tank is cool with your people. He needs to be cool with his own people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about who cool with who or who ain't cool with who. Like I said, you don't see Canelo Alvarez coming to the ring, right, with African pride and Shaka Zulu gear on. So miss me with that bullshit. Talking about Canelo and Tank have a good. You ain't never seen Canelo and Tank together one time ever. Now you're just making up shit. You know what I'm saying? Jojo Diaz, he looked good. Jojo Diaz, he looked good. Damn, he looked like he made weight great. Like he don't look drained. He looked like he got a lot of energy. Devin Haney looked good too. He energetic. He don't look like he drained. None of that. I like that. This is gonna be a hell of a fight tomorrow. Damn, Devin Haney way taller than Jojo Diaz. I didn't know that height disparity was that much. Let me show y'all. That's a big difference. That's a big difference right there. Yeah, dudes on here talking about Canelo and Tank. They have a real close, good friendship. Man, if you don't cut that, where y'all just be making up y'all just be making up anything. You know what I'm saying? Never seen Canelo and Tank nowhere in the vicinity of each other. Let me see. Hold on. Devin look, Sheena. Devin look, he ready. You know what I'm saying?
Devin Haney, JoJo Diaz, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World, live on DAZN.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. D-Man Jr., right? Hey, Canelo don't even support Tank. Every time he fight another Mexican fighter, right? Canelo going against Tank. But then you got dudes up here talking about, oh, they real good friends. Come on, y'all don't cut it out with this bullshit. Like, just stop. Just stop. Phil J, what's happening with it? Be Real says if Devin lose his career over, what are you talking about? That don't even make no sense. It's just crazy, you know, and these dudes need to stop. These guys need to stop, right? They need to stop with this clown shit that they doing. They need to cut this clown shit out. You know what I'm saying? Focus on supporting your own people. Because all the Mexican fighters that I see, they support their own people. They don't come out supporting black heritage. Right? They support their own people. Straight up, and that's facts. So anyway, you know, it's just, you know, they need to cut that shit out. All of the coming to the ring with Mexican colors, Mexican flag and colors on, and sombreros and all that. All they need to cut all of that bullshit out. Like, for real, I'm sick of seeing that shit. That shit played out and old. You know what I'm saying? When Floyd did it at first, it was funny because, you know, it was the build up that was leading up to him and Canelo Alvarez. And, you know, Floyd played on that and he knew what he was doing. Stop doing that shit now. That shit old. But anyway, moving along. So speaking of Floyd Mayweather, you know, Floyd, he yeah, right, Be Real. He did it for a reason against De La Hoya. It was the, you know, it was how they built the fight. These dudes are just doing that shit to, you know, some of them do it. It's just all goofy to me. I don't care why they doing it. It's goofy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Floyd, right? Let's talk about what Floyd said about Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about what what Floyd Mayweather had to say about Canelo Alvarez. And I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on, I'm gonna read it to y'all. He says Canelo a hell of a fighter, but my personal opinion, he's ducking Benavidez. You know, it's just my personal opinion. I'm allowed to speak my mind. He says that's just what it is. He's going up to cruiserweight, and he says I'm not knocking him for that, but he's going up to cruiserweight, and that same guy Makabu was at he said used to be in the Mayweather boxing gym, and he says and the guys in the Mayweather boxing gym always used to get the best of him. So this is what he said. He said this same dude that Canelo Alvarez is moving up to cruiserweight to fight. He said dude used to be in the Mayweather boxing gym. That's a fact. And he said the dudes in the Mayweather boxing gym used to be getting in his ass. This is what Floyd Mayweather said. He said the dudes in my gym used to be getting in this dude's ass. So he says, so if he's going up to, he says, quote, unquote, cruiserweight, I mean, if that's the case, Benavidez is going to go up and beat the same guy. He says if Benavidez were to go up to cruiserweight, he'll go up and watch that dude too. What he said. He says he could beat the same guy at 168. So he's not doing nothing. You know, like I said before, he says, but you are a part of a certain position. He says, but you are put in a certain position. He should be. I mean, he's able to like me. I don't know. It don't even make no sense. He says he's able to like me. He says, you know, when I was in a position, I can pick and choose who I wanted to. He says, because I earned that right. But do I like the fight? He says, no, absolutely not. We want to see Benavidez. Let's make it happen. Right. So he basically said, you know, I was in a position where I could pick and choose who I want to fight. He said, but I earned that position. So he says that, you know, Canelo Alvarez is now basically in the same position, but nobody wants to see him move up to cruiserweight and fight this dude Makabu. He said everybody wants to see Benavidez. Now, he's letting y'all know that this dude that, you know what I'm saying, Canelo's moving up to fight, he's not on no type of level. He was getting beat up in the Mayweather gym all the time. So that pretty much lets you know what I'm saying, what class fighter he is already. And we knockout went and studied him. I went and studied him. And he's going to get his ass washed. He's going to get washed by Canelo. So is Mayweather wrong when he's saying that he's ducking Benavidez? Truthfully, I think that I think that Canelo will beat the shit out of Benavidez. I think he'll beat Benavidez. Benavidez ain't ready for Canelo yet. You know what I'm saying? But that's my opinion. Now, is he ducking Benavidez? All depends on if he after this fight, after he moves up to cruiserweight and basically go ahead and get this belt that's going to be given to him by this African guy. Now, after that, if he don't fight Benavidez, then we could say that he's ducking him. Yeah. At that point, he's ducking him. And that's my opinion. That's my honest opinion. So go up there, get that belt, get an easy win like everybody know that you're going to do. And then we'll see what you do after that. I'm going to be watching closely to see what move Canelo makes after that. Because if he don't fight Benavidez after that, then we know that he's ducking him. Because Canelo, don't forget, Canelo said that he was going to stay at 168 pounds, and that was going to be his division for years. And he was looking forward to defending, you know, his championships at 168 pounds for years to come. That's what Canelo said. Get Andrew up out of here. Cassandra Mason, get him up out of here. Get this dude up out of here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. My bad, y'all. No, could see man, Oscar Flores, no beef, but y'all gotta stop being delusional, bro. Y'all gotta stop being delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like shit that y'all say, y'all know is bullshit, but you say it anyway. Like, how can you say that Canelo is going up to cruiserweight to set his weight for 175 and get them belts from Bitterbeef and Bivol? That's delusional. Canelo's going up to cruiserweight because he sees an easy opponent where he could get another belt and call himself a 5-weight division champion. Simple as that. Let's talk about let's stop being delusional, right? And just making up shit. Like, come on now. Now you moving the goal and you going too far. We all know why he's doing it. And that's cool. Like I said, it's cool. I've spoke on this before. It's cool that he doing that. I don't have a problem with him doing that, just as long as he go back down there and defend them titles against the best at 168, like he said he was going to do. He said that when he was asked right before the Caleb Plant fight, when he was asked what he wanted to do, he said he loves, he feels comfortable at 168. He looks forward to being at 168 pounds for years to come and defending his titles. So we're not going to change that now and start skipping and moving around because you may have a fighter like David Benavidez that you don't want to fight for some reason. When I pick him to beat David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Well, like I said, Damon Daniels, if he does not fight David Benavidez after he move up and get this easy belt at cruiserweight, if he don't come back down to 168, then we know that he's ducking him. But until then, I'm not going to say that he's just flat out ducking him. I'm right now, I'm going to see that he sees an opportunity to grab a belt, an easy opportunity to grab a 5th world title and be the first ever Mexican to, to do that. So that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And salute to Damon Daniels. What's happening with it? He says if EJ or Bud did that, they would get killed. You already know. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, That's a fact. If Errol Spence or Bud Crawford jumped up to 154 and fought some guy that just picked up a vacant belt, you know what I'm saying, and we know he ain't shit, man, they would get slaughtered for that shit. But you know, it is what it is. And salute to you, Demond Daniels. And then we got my man, we got Blacksmith of White Run, Blacksmith of White Run Czar. I appreciate you offering that super chat. He says Lopez Sr. thought he had the magic stick. Yeah, he thought a lot of shit. Hey, but and I'm gonna get to something on Lopez Sr. real quick right now after this. So, you know, bottom line, whether you want to admit it or you don't want to admit it, we see exactly what Canelo Alvarez is doing. As far as what Floyd Mayweather says, that he feels, in his opinion, and he has a right to his opinion, he feels that Canelo Alvarez is ducking Benavidez. Right? That's why he said, that's my opinion, and I have a right to my opinion. So that's his opinion. I don't have a problem with that man's opinion. That's his opinion. It is what it is. But like I said, in my opinion, we'll be able to find out once he goes up, right, and moves the cruiserweight. We'll see after that. Because if he decides to, you know, skip over David Benavidez and fight Triple G again, then he's ducking him. Nobody needs to see him fight Triple G for a third time. So we'll see. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he get that Benavidez smoke. Because right now it looked like he, you know what I'm saying, strategically moving around him. But we got to see. Like I said, I'm not going to jump the gun, but we'll see. Because like I said, at the end of the day, I've been saying I think that Canelo Alvarez stops David Benavidez. I think he possibly stops him. But that's my opinion. Hey, my man Batman said, fuck Floyd opinion. He's moving Tank like Canelo like a duck. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? We all see how he moving Tank. We all see what that is, bro. That's one thing you can't deny. Lee Stevens says, should Benavidez be able to just wait on Canelo fight without taking on better competition? Nah, Benavidez got to move on. He got to move on. You know what I'm saying? He don't need to wait around. These guys don't need to wait around for Canelo Alvarez. Do what you do. Move on. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? You'll be there in the division still. Man, shut the hell up. Don't come up in here talking about everybody want to talk about Canelo because he's the greatest and all that. Because your stupid dumb ass, you don't come in here talking about when we talk about any of these other fighters, right? When we talk about any of these black fighters, you don't bring your ass up in here talking about, well, everybody want to talk about Jamal Charlo because he's, you know what I'm saying? Don't come up in here doing it now. Dudes, you dudes, man, you dudes is just weirdos for real. You know what I'm saying? We talk about all type of different fighters, but you want to come up in here with this silly shit when you hear somebody say something about Canelo that you don't like. You got channels that dedicate their whole channel to Canelo Alvarez, where y'all just got free range to say, you know what I'm saying, to every day, every single day for 3 hours, you know what I'm saying, or more. You got free range to say any and everything you want great about Canelo Alvarez. But soon as you hear something that you don't like about Canelo Alvarez, you hop on here talking about, oh, you just hating on Canelo. Oh, he's the greatest. Like, come on, man. Cut it out with that shit. Demond Daniels, he says, my thoughts on Jamal, Duckin, Boo Boo, and Benavidez. I appreciate you in that cash app. Man, I talk about that all the time. I've given my thoughts on that a million times. Fucking clown ass dude, man. Some of these dudes is just strictly clowns. Get off Canelo's nuts if you don't think that he's the best. Shut the fuck up. For real. Straight shut the fuck up. Oh, but anyway, so I'm saying, let me see. He said, my homie was in here damn near 4 hours yesterday. Didn't see you saying a damn thing. Right. We was in here. We had a whole panel. We in here. Ain't nobody mentioned Canelo Alvarez. One time we talking about all type of other fighters, and you ain't come in and say nothing. Soon as these dudes see Canelo on the title, here they come. Come on, dude. Y'all dudes are some fucking clowns. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole channel dedicated to Canelo Alvarez, and you come in here with this bullshit. You can't make this up. But Eddie Hearn, man. So I'm listening to an Eddie Hearn interview, right? I'm listening to an Eddie Hearn interview, and Eddie Hearn says that Teofimo Lopez Pops been calling him, like constantly calling him, right? Constantly calling him, saying, right, oh, why you do that to my son? Talking about, hey, bro, you know what you did to my son, bro. He said he's been calling him, harassing him constantly, talking about they set his son up. Look what you did to us. And he says, man, I keep telling him, like, bro, didn't nobody set nothing up. You had a fight and you lost. Move on. Your son is a great talent. Get over it. He said, man, this dude keep calling me. He said he just keeps calling me. hey, I should have never came over to the zone, bro. Hey, Poppy. Hey, bro. You know what you did to my son, Poppy. Hey, man, I'm dying. I'm like, man. So this dude, so Junior Lopez is getting drunk every night, binge drinking, and he's calling up Eddie Hearn, harassing Eddie Hearn. That's funny. Dude is harassing Eddie Hearn, calling him up, getting drunk, binge drinking, and he want to pick up the phone and call Eddie Hearn and harass old Eddie. Talking about you set my son up, and hey, that shit, think about that shit, because we know how he get pissy drunk. So every time he get pissy drunk, he want to call Eddie Hearn and harass him all night, talking about what you did to my son. And hey, that shit funny. Hey, that's funny though, for real. Hey, Poppy. Hey, man, my son's the best in the world, Poppy. And you know what you did to my son, bro. You know, bro. My son won every round, bro. He won 11 rounds to 2, Poppy. 11 rounds to 2, Poppy. Hey, so he won 11 rounds to 2, Junior. Yeah, Poppy, he won 11 rounds to 2. You see what they did to my son, bro. Hey, so they fought 13 rounds, Junior, right? Junior, so they fought 13 rounds, Mr. Lopez. Yeah, bro, my son won 11 rounds to 2, Poppy. Hey, man, leave Eddie Hearn alone. You calling Eddie Hearn every night, harassing that man. He trying to put together a show. He pick up the phone. It's Junior again. What's going on, Junior? Hey, Poppy, you know what you did to my son, bro? Bro, why you do that to my son, Poppy? Now we'll never be as great as Mayweather, bro. You know, we got a loss on our, you know what you did. Hey, Poppy. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Yeah, Eddie was like, man, he keep on calling me. He keeps calling me. He keeps talking about what I did to him and his son. Hey, oh, shit. Oh, shit. 11 rounds to 2. 11 rounds to 2, Poppy. That's what he Teofimo won 11 rounds to 2. Oh, shit. Oh, man. The fight was so close. They gave him an extra round, Poppy. Hey, that shit funny, though. Hey, like, man, leave Eddie alone. You went over there, Eddie paid y'all money. You got to sign the check afterwards, right? You got to sign the check afterwards. He paid you your money and you just lost. You know what I'm saying? You lost. Straight up and down. He don't want to admit that shit, man. They like, I don't know what's going on with them over there. I don't know what's going on with him, but he don't want to admit it. You know? Hey. Oh, in other news, I didn't even tell y'all. Wilder. Deontay Wilder, he do music. He produces music. And he sing and rap. But he make beats and produce music. Y'all didn't even know that, huh? But Wilder, you know, I listened to the whole. He got an interview that he did with Telly Swift, his wife. She asked a lot of good questions. Some of the questions Wilder didn't even want to answer. He kind of like skipped around them. Like, hey, why you all in my business like that? Hey, but she did it. She put on a hell of an interview, you know, with her husband, and she asked all the questions that people want to hear. And Deontay Wilder said, you know, he's still healing from his broken hand. He had a cast on, and he says that as soon as he heals up, he getting straight back into training. He says boxing is an all year round sport. He's not taking no breaks like that. He said he's going straight back to training. And he did mention Andrew Ruiz. He said, you know, that's a name that they are looking at. So it's probably going to be Andrew Ruiz. It's probably going to be Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder. Going to be a big fight. They talking about May. So I'm looking for them probably to do it around Cinco de Mayo weekend or somewhere around that time in May. If they do it in May, it's going to be a big fight. And so, yeah, Wilder, he in very, very good spirits. He took the loss well. You know what I'm saying? He like, hey, it just didn't turn out my way. I'm good. You know, he's not down or like, well, you know, I wish if I had did this or certain. He was just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I lost. You know, you win some, you lose some. Hey, it is what it is. So I'm looking forward to that. And I got Wilder knocking Andrew Ruiz out. You know, Tyson Fury's style presented a problem to Deontay Wilder. But Andrew Ruiz don't have none of those attributes that Tyson Fury have. And we're going to see that none of these other fighters can beat Wilder. Votes UK salute. He says Ruiz versus Wilder makes sense from a financial standpoint. Even better with a strong undercard. Yeah. N2 Life 73 says, I like Andy, but Dante's style giving problems. Yeah. Well, Jason, that last fight that we had, it didn't. The first fight I had Wilder winning. You know what I'm saying? We know, you know what I'm saying, the controversy of the second fight, but the third fight, we can't say nothing about them judges because it didn't go in the judges' hands. Tyson Fury, he won fair and square. He made sure it didn't go in the judges' hands, and so that's what it is. You know, he lost. He gonna come back. I'm looking for him to still do great things because Wilder said that he's still in love with boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you start hearing guys like, well, I'm thinking about, retiring soon. He's not talking like that. He's saying, hey, I'm still in love with boxing. I don't care about no Big Baby. I'll give a damn about Big Baby Miller. You know what I'm saying? He can go somewhere with his bag of needles and get the hell on. I don't care nothing about no Big Baby Jarrell Miller. Andy Ruiz is open for that straight right hand all night long. We seen what Chris Arreola was doing to him. Wilder finna put him to sleep. And before we get up out of here, like I said, we got a hell of a fight this weekend with Devin Haney and Joseph Diaz. I want to get everybody's pick before we get up out of here. I ain't really talking about the Gervonta Tank Davis and Isaac Cruz fight because I'm not even interested in that fight. It's some bullshit to me. If y'all want to know my feelings on that fight, and people asking me what's gonna happen in that fight, and I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what's gonna happen with Isaac Cruz and Gervonta Tank Davis. Isaac is gonna hop in his car to take a cruise. He gonna fall asleep behind the wheel and he gonna run straight into a tank. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Isaac is gonna take a cruise, fall his ass asleep behind the wheel, and he running straight into a tank. And that's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's it, that's all. Now, moving on to Devin Haney and Joseph Diaz. I think this is going to be a great fight. I hear a lot of people saying that Devin is going to make it look easy. He's going to watch JoJo Diaz. Well, Devin Haney has to prove that to me. You know what I'm saying? He has to prove that he can go in there and he can watch Joseph Diaz. Until he can prove that, I'm going to stick with what I said. I think that he goes in there and I think he beats Joseph Diaz, right? Because he has all of the ability to beat Joseph Diaz. I think it's going to be a close fight. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know how close it's going to be. Let me take that back. But I think it's going to be a highly competitive fight. I think it's going to be a very competitive fight. I don't see Devin Haney stopping him. And right now, if, everybody's saying that he's just going to go in there and make it look easy and walk through JoJo Diaz, well, I got to see that. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Joseph Diaz, is it impossible for him to win? No. Would I be just in shock and, like it's the biggest upset in the world if Joseph Diaz pulled it out? No, because I believe that Joseph Diaz is a very good fighter. And I like a lot of things that he could do. Joseph Diaz knows how to make you fight his fight on the inside, and I want to see Devin Haney make the adjustments. I want to see what Devin Haney going to do when Joseph Diaz works his way on the inside and get to doing that bullying shit. So we're going to be able to see if, we're going to be able to see both of these guys. We're going to be able to see what level both of these guys are on. Devin Haney, a lot of people saying that he got to make it, he has to be spectacular, right? I heard George Kambosos basically say that. And Devin Haney stopped George in his tracks. Like, hey, because George Kambosos was saying, you basically, you got to look special. You got to look spectacular, something along those lines. You got to look spectacular, if me and you going to make a fight next. And Devin Haney was like, why I got to look spectacular and all of that? Why can't I just go out there and get the W? And that's how I feel. Why can't he just go out there and get the W? And I like George Kambosos, but his energy seems to me like it's changing gradually. now that, you know, he's had the titles for like a week, reality has set in. It seems to me that his energy is gradually changing when it comes to Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? It seems like his energy is changing when it comes to Devin Haney. And if Devin Haney go out there and look spectacular, I can't tell you that I 100% believe that George Kambosos will fight him. I don't know. I'm not saying that he won't fight Devin, but I can't tell you that he absolutely will. Because to me, in my opinion, his energy seems like it's changing a little bit. My man World Combat says Kambosos isn't being truthful except for undisputed. He says Kambosos, hold on. Let me roll back. He says Kambosos isn't being truthful except for undisputed. Like I said, he just seems like his energy is changing to me, right? Dundada said Floyd called Kambosos undisputed. We see Dundada. If Floyd, I didn't hear Floyd say that, but if Floyd said that, we know what the move is, right? Floyd is using that because their next play is to try to get that George Kambosos fight. So then they can say that whether Tank Davis keeps the belts afterwards or ditches the belts, they could say that Tank Davis beat the best at 135 pounds because he beat the undisputed champion. That's why Floyd is saying that, right? But if Devin Haney had all them belts, I bet you Floyd wouldn't have been saying the same thing. You dig what I'm saying? Well, we know what that is. Damon Daniel says Devin is a lot bigger and has a lot of advantages over Joseph Diaz. Yeah, he do. World Combat says WBC call him undisputed franchise. He says franchise chapter written with 3 lightweight champions. Yeah, but we talked about that yesterday. You know what I'm saying? The WBC is full of shit. These sanctioning bodies is dirty. So I don't care what they said. At the end of the day, you can't make up a title. You cannot make up a title a few years ago and then change the criteria of what it is to hold the title, what it means to hold the title. Say that the title can't switch hands, and then accordingly, you switch the rules and what the title means and all of that. You switch it up. You can't do that. So you cannot do that. So I don't care what they saying. He's undisputed. He's not undisputed. That title is a made-up title, right? The WBC title that Devin Haney have is the real title. If you say that they gave it to him, they sent it to him in the mail or whatever you want to say, at the end of the day, if you feel that way, you shouldn't have gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? But you gave it to him. That's just like giving somebody something and saying, here, this is yours. And then a year coming back, and then a year later, you come back and say, oh, I gave that to you. That ain't yours. No, if you felt like that, you shouldn't have gave it to me. It's mine now. Well, my man say Tank can KO Devin. Trust me. I mean, Tank can KO pretty much any man. You know what I'm saying? He can. Will he do it? That's a different story. Anybody could get knocked out. They get hit in the right place by a hard puncher like Tank. So, I mean, what are we really saying? My man Smooth Groove, boxing in the building. He said, how many black franchise champions is it in boxing? Right. He says, now, how many black champions do we have in boxing? Oh, okay, shaking my head. Yeah, and that's why I cooked on that yesterday. Knockout Boxing 86 TV says the same WBC that changed its anti-doping rules to allow Valdez to stay champion. Yeah, let's take what the WBC says seriously. They word holds no weight with me. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Cheese all fitness says black fighters have to jump through hoops to get title fights. And like I said, man, I'm not worried about what Mauricio Sulaiman, because he said 10 he said like 20 different things when it comes to the WBC belt. So anyway, you know, Devin Haney and Joseph Diaz, they fighting tomorrow for Devin Haney's real WBC title. And if George Kambosos want to be the real champion, he got to go through Devin. Doesn't matter what they making up rules and changing shit on the fly. How does he even have the franchise belt if they said it couldn't change hands? Come on now, talk to me. You know, this stuff is just ridiculous. Now, if Devin Haney does go out there and he looks spectacular in a win tomorrow night, what does that say for him in the 135-pound division? Does that move him? Should that move him? Because and I'm gonna see, should that move him in the slot right up under George Kambosos? Because you can't put him over George Kambosos just for the simple fact that George Kambosos got, you know, the 3 titles. Emmanuel H, what's happening with it? Off in the building. Salute to Emmanuel H in the building. You can't do that. You dig what I'm saying? You can't put him you can't put him above George Kambosos. So if Devin Haney wins tomorrow against Joseph Diaz and he does it in spectacular fashion, does that mean that he is the number 1 under? Remember, under, because you got champion that has all the belts, right? I mean, 3 of the belts, and then you got right up under there, you got whoever else. Does that put Devin Haney, right, behind George Kambosos, the number one fighter at 135? What do y'all think about that? Because if you look, besides George Kambosos at 135 pounds, he would have beat, to me, he would have beat the next best opponent if you look at their resumes. Knockout say, let me see. So Knockout said, also, last I checked, Sulaiman is the president of WBC, not the president of boxing. How does he get to say who is undisputed and who isn't? The IBF, WBO, and WBA all recognize Haney as champion. And that's a fact. That's a fact, Knockout. He says, furthermore, Haney has the belts that Canelo, Usyk, Crawford, and Taylor have. He says, this shit really isn't a conversation. It really ain't. You know what I'm saying? It really not. So I don't really care what Mauricio Sulaiman is saying. We know what it is. Blacksmith says, I want Kambosos to win. Against who? But let me know. Let me see. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think before we get up out of here? What do y'all think? Does beating Joseph Diaz, because if you look at everybody's resume, right, at 135, besides George Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez, and he just lost, if he beats Joseph Diaz and does it in spectacular fashion after Joseph Diaz already beat, clearly he beat Javier Fortuna, right? So does that make Devin Haney the next best, the next right up under George Kambosos? And he's the WBC champion. To me, I'll answer the question. To me, yeah. If he go out there and beat Joseph Diaz and look spectacular, I already think that Devin Haney is better than George Kambosos. But they got to get in the ring and they got to fight. That's my opinion. But definitely, if he beats Joseph Diaz, to me, you got to put him right there in that slot, right up under George Kambosos. And then y'all can put whoever else after that. Whatever order you because in a lot of people Tank still ain't fought none of them guys. You see what I'm saying? So Devin Haney, to me, you have to put him right there. But he has a tough task. He has a tough task tomorrow. 817 Boxing B, what's happening with it? He said, yeah, he'll put Devin Haney right there. D-Man Jr. said, yeah. Yeah, Suleiman a straight sucker, man. We are forgetting about Lomachenko. And that's why I'm asking you. You got Lomachenko. We're not talking about Tank because Tank ain't fought none of them guys. You can't put a guy there that hasn't fought none of those guys. So that's why I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? Like Tank, he could be better than all of them, but he ain't fought none of them. We're talking about by going off of who they fought and who they beat in 135-pound weight division. That's what we're talking about. Straight out and plain and simple by who they fought and who they beat. Now, we do got Vasil Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? He got a stellar resume. So let's do it. This is easier. This is easier, right? Let's narrow it down to Vasil Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, and Devin Haney. If Devin Haney wins tomorrow night in impressive fashion, does he move in the number one slot at 135 pounds, right there behind George Kambosos? Or do y'all still got somebody else, in that number one spot behind him? You can't say Tank Davis because he ain't fought nobody. And you know what I'm saying? He hasn't fought none of them guys. Or nobody, you know what I'm saying, at 135 that we need to talk about. That's just a fact. Knockout says, yeah, my ranking, if both Haney and Tank win, is Kambosos, Haney, Lomo, Lopez, and then Tank. Right. Because in Knockout is a huge Tank fan. He's a huge fan of Tank. But Tank hasn't fought none of these other guys. He ain't even fought a Richard Comey. He ain't fought a Nakatani. He hasn't fought none of them guys at 135. So you can't just put him there just because off of, you know what I'm saying, what you like. Keto, what's happening with it? What's happening with it, Keto? Yeah, Tank is that dude. He that dude. Yeah, Tank is that dude, but at the end of the day, like I said, he still got to fight some of them dudes. So I agree exactly with what Knockout said. Knockout said, once again, he says, my ranking is both Haney and Tank win. He said, if both Haney and Tank win this weekend, he says his ranking is George Kambosos, right? Devin Haney, right after. So Devin Haney will be in that number one slot right behind George Kambosos. Then he got Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, and then Tank. And he says, crazy thing is I think Tank can beat them all, but who you fight and belts matter. Exactly. That's why. You know what I'm saying? He's putting Tank last because it's about who you fought. You know what I'm saying? You can't win the Super Bowl without playing in the Super Bowl. Make it make sense to me. You cannot win in the You can't win the Super Bowl or the NBA championship without playing in it. Where they do that at? J.A. Dixon says you can't put Haney above Lomo based on who they fought. Okay. I don't have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? We got to give logical opinions. You got to give logical opinions. So, like I said, you can't win a Super Bowl or NBA championship without playing in it. Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. What's happening? 817 Boxing B says Lomo duck Dev. Ain't no way he above him. Well, this is the thing, right? Lomo duck and Dev, that's that. Whether I agree with what you saying, 817, right? That's an opinion, right? Because that's an opinion because at the end of the day, we don't know what was going on behind the scenes, right? Both of these fighters, they got promoters. We don't know what was said between Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn. You know what I'm saying? I think that he skipped around Devin. So I agree with you, but that's an opinion. So you can't say that you can't put Lomo above him because he ducked him. Because if you look at Lomo's resume, you could arguably put Lomo above all of these guys. But Lomo lost to Teofimo Lopez. So that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? That just Lomo lost to Teofimo Lopez. Right? So let me go back to knockout. So ain't nobody else gave me an order. Right? Ain't nobody else really said nothing except for knockout. He broke the order down. But so knockout says, he says he got Haney, Lomo, Lopez, and Tank. Well, and Kambosos, won right now because he is basically, he got the belts, right? He got 3 belts. Haney got the other belt. So I would agree with the Kambosos and Haney. Now, the Loma and Lopez, that's a toss-up right there. Because if you go by, you know what I'm saying, what they've done, to me, you got to put Teofimo Lopez above Lomachenko. See, I would switch. So he got Lomachenko, 3, and then he got Lopez 4. So I would have to switch Lopez and put him in the 3 spot and Lomachenko in the 4 spot. Because Lopez beat Lomachenko. To beat a man, you got to beat the man. He beat the man. I would have to switch that up. Hey, 817 just said exactly what I said. He said he agreed with knockout, but he got a flip-flop Loma and Lopez. Yeah. And I didn't even see 817 if he did say that before I said it or he said it after. I didn't see. I just saw it now. One says Kambosos, Devin, Tio, Loma, Tank. Yeah. That's the exact order I agree with. Yeah, you can't put Shakur in there because he's not in that division. You know what I'm saying? That's just like you can't put Tank Davis above the rest of those guys because he ain't fought nobody in that division. Who Tank fought at 135? I think he might have only fought he only fought shit. He only fought one fighter at 135, I think. I think he only fought old ass what's his name? Man, old ass Gamboa. Yeah, Gamboa. Old ass Gamboa. That's the only fighter he fought at 135. So how he gonna be above the rest of them dudes? And they've been putting in work. You know what I'm saying? This is his second fight at 135. It's only his, and he fighting Isaac Cruz, and that shit ain't gonna count for me. That ain't even gonna count. I don't care. Like I said, we already know what he gonna do to Isaac Cruz. That shit ain't this man. Me and Batman was talking about that shit on the phone last night. Man, this dude Isaac Cruz like 5'2". Tank got like a 5-inch reach advantage. Come on now. Yes, that shit is a mismatch if I ever seen one. And J.A. Dixon, you ain't never heard me coming on here giving Devin Haney credit for beating Gamboa. I ain't give Tank no credit for beating old ass Gamboa, and I didn't give Devin no credit for beating him. So I don't even mention You know what I'm saying? Neither one of them beating Gamboa. But you know, the Devin Haney and Gamboa fight, as far as the competition stands, it made more sense because Devin Haney was coming off a shoulder injury and Gamboa was coming off a Achilles injury. So they was both coming off of injuries at that point in time. So it made more sense. When Tank Davis fought Gamboa, besides that bullshit regular made up title that they was supposedly fighting for, it made no sense. Made no sense at all. Everybody knew that Gamboa was washed up and through. Can y'all hear me? Polo Sports says I don't got no sound. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, we good. So with that being said, like I said, I can't wait. We got a great weekend of fights coming up. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to tune in and be watching the fights. I might get on here. I might, you know what I'm saying? I might watch the fights with y'all. I don't know. Let's see what, you know, let's see. But hit my like button if you ain't hit the like button yet. Another great show. We've been on here cooking for a little over 2 hours, and it's time to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, coming through, and until next time, and salute to everybody that came through. Until next time, y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone. I appreciate y'all.